What's going on, everybody? My name is Sean Harness. I'm a business mentor from SeanHarness.com. When you tune into segments like these, you can expect to hear best practices for execution planning and revenue generation, also finance tips I've learned while managing multi-million-dollar businesses. There's two ways that you're able to win in times of uncertainty like this. Again, save money and make more disposable income. And I'm not talking about Uber, I'm not talking about Lyft, I'm not talking about Airbnb. So let's get into those. All right, y'all. So number one, a lot of us have heard about Uber, right? But have you heard about Neighbor? Neighbor is essentially the storage. Think about Uber, but think about storage. So what people are doing is taking that additional space that they have in their house, in their condo, in their garage, and they're actually renting that space out to people who need it. Neighbor.com. Check it out when you get a chance. Number two, Turo. Have you heard about Turo? So Turo is the Airbnb of cars. So a lot of us have vehicles that sit idle for a majority of the time, right? Turo is an app that was developed to allow you to have your car rented out to someone else and you get paid for it. So that it's just not sitting idle and not making any money at all. Check out Turo. Check out the Turo app when you get a chance. So number three, and this one is a little bit more involved, but hear me out on this one. You can additionally create an e-commerce website. An e-commerce website has to do with you finding an item that's very popular. You having a source to purchase it from, you mark it up a little bit, and you resell it. So I'm going to give you an example really quick. Did some research on a guy who literally is making a fortune off of selling crickets. And when I say fortune, I mean it's an additional $10,000 to $15,000 a year this guy's making. Why did he pick crickets? Well, he did some searches online and noticed that the search volume for crickets was very high. So this guy found a source to buy crickets. He started a website on Shopify. He marked up the crickets that he bought from his supplier, essentially, and he's reselling it to people all over that need crickets. Like, who would have thought? Brilliant idea. Check out e-commerce websites. Number four, social media accounts. So for those of us who have digital business or online businesses, most of us do. Even if you have a brick and mortar, you have a social media account. If the coronavirus hasn't taught us anything else, we're beginning to go into more of a digital world. And for those of us who have businesses, having a social media account is very important. Not only is it important, the engagement with followers, the engagement with potential new business consumers is very important as well. It takes a lot of time. If you're handy with a camera, if you're handy with messaging, if you are really good with anything computer, digital, you may want to think about helping people manage their social media accounts. Because at this point, that's the quickest way that you're going to reach a brand new audience is social media. Ain't nobody picking up the phone no more, y'all, to call, go door to door, knocking on people's doors to see if they're going to patronize a business. That's not happening anymore. Social media is the way. Fall into it. So number five, and this is one that I've actually done myself, right? So consulting. When I say consulting, if you are someone that works in the healthcare field, mental health field, if you're an engineer, if you're a business person, there are a few websites that will actually pay you for phone consultations regarding some of that professional experience that you have that other people don't have. So a few of the websites, and I'm going to put these websites in the information section down below, a few of them that are very popular and where you can make really good money. And I'm talking about you set your own rate. So you can set it $200 an hour for a phone consultation. You could set it up to $400 or $500 an hour. The best way to think about it is how important is the discussion that this person is wanting to have with you, and how thick is the volume of potential opportunities for you to consult. So go to companies like GLG, GuidePoint, and Alpha Insights. Again, I'll put those in the information section for you guys to check out. And lastly, number six, this one is a little bit more unconventional, but if you have a piece of equipment, I'm going to give you an example. If you have let's say a camera, a digital camera. There's tons of people trying to get online right now to do this and do that. Have you ever thought about renting out that digital camera to someone who is just getting started and they don't have a lot of equipment? You could essentially create an agreement that they sign because you want to hold them liable that they don't break your camera, right? Once they sign that agreement and you guys are able to do business with one another, what if you were able to rent this camera out to this person at a weekly rate or a monthly rate? Now you're generating revenue for something that you may not even use. This may be an extra camera, right? So just something to think about as just new ways of creating more disposable income. So I gave you some advice on how to save money. I also gave you some advice on how to create more disposable income in this time of uncertainty. I appreciate you guys checking me out again. When you get a chance, go by my website, SeanHernes.com. There I have a free 3-day money video course for you to sign up for, allowing you to level up if you're looking to level up from a career perspective and from a business perspective. That 3-day course will get you going and get you thinking differently about the way that you're doing things right now. So until then, peace out, y'all.